What's up, Rifters? Today we're doing another character creation video. This one's going to be a little bit more of a how-to video than a soul-building character, but we're going to throw some of that in there as well, though. So let's just get right into it. So on to step 1. Open up your RIFTS Ultimate Edition to page 279 for the steps on character creation. But don't bother reading any of it, because it's all pretty much wrong. Here are the real steps, and the first one is choosing your race and character class. For you non-Rifters out there, race, racial character class, and RCC are all the same thing. For character class, you can also use occupational character class and OCC. The reason you choose your RCC and OCC first is that when you roll up your attributes, you may use different dice, and you don't want to lose out on any sweet bonuses. Also, some classes are restricted to certain races, and certain racial character classes are just that, a class defined by your race. So what are we going with? A human city rat named Cellubite. So since we've already chosen to play as a human and a city rat, to roll up attributes, just roll 3d6 8 times and put them in any order you like, unless your GM hates you. Step 3. This is totally optional, but if your race or character class didn't come with psionics or magic, you can roll for them. For psionics, just tell your GM you want psionics, and if he's a bastard man that makes you roll for them, roll a d100. 1 through 10 get you major psionics, 11 through 15 get you minor psionics. To read more about this, check out page 289. For magic, you can roll 2d6 and use that as your PPE base. This isn't part of character creation, but an interesting tidbit hidden in the book. You really don't even need this unless you're trying to pull off some shenanigans that your GM will hate you for. To read about this, check out page 185. And the last optional step is rolling up your background, or rounding out your character, which is step 8 in the book's character creation. Another reason for you not to follow the book and just listen to me. Read more about it on page 296. I didn't include this on screen, but you know me, I like to do a little soul building. So I rolled this up and let it bring the character to life. Birth order. Fourth born. That doesn't tell me much yet about him. Weight, husky. Doesn't tell me quite exactly what I want to know yet. But we're leaning towards maybe he's from a rich family with all those kids. Height, short. That's just unfortunate. Disposition, arrogant. Leaning more towards he's coming from a rich family. Environment growing up, population center. He grew up in a big city. So now I'm definitely sure that he came from a wealthy or a well-off family. Family origin, Earth. Sentiment towards the coalition, sad about the CS, which basically just means, he sees the coalition almost as necessary, and they're doing some good, but they do a lot of bad stuff as well. And this goes along with his sentiments towards non-humans, which most of his experiences with them have been good. And his reason why he would be out adventuring in the world instead of at home, living up the life, he's an outlaw, wanted and on the run. And now that I have that, I can make my character's entire backstory just based off of that. Right away, first thing I'm going to do with that backstory is make my character's alignment anarchist, which is a selfish alignment, which is on page 291 if you want to read more about that. Step 4. Choose and assign skills. OCC skills. These are the skills that your character class starts with. If you want to follow along with this video, check out page 88 for the city rat. After you write down your OCC skills, you choose your OCC related skills. These skills really show off who your character is really meant to be. If you can't tell by the picture I've made already, or the skills I've picked out, he's just a computer dude. I wouldn't say he's a hacker per se, something he enjoys on his off time, probably more so now since he's a criminal. But I do imagine, since he came from a wealthy family in his backstory, that he went to a school to learn all of these different skills. And being a city rat, he would easily be able to apply almost all of these. Tapping into audio and video feeds, selling data would probably be a big moneymaker. Not only that, he probably sells bootleg music and videos, which would be another big earner in a place where you don't have access to those things so easily. And lastly, you choose your secondary skills. And these are just more skills I thought would fit in with the character. As for the physical skills I picked out, aerobic athletics, swimming, and bodybuilding, I actually chose those because in his backstory, he's a little husky. And so he's trying to, trying to lose a little weight there. And since he's an outlaw and wanted in the backstory, I also assume since he's learning laser communication and electrical engineering, which are pretty advanced, I would say he probably got kicked out of school or something like that because he was selling his bootleg wares and got caught. Now he's just on the run. Maybe he was making anti-coalition propaganda, or not even that. Maybe he's just making pro-DB media, and the coalition wanted to arrest him for that. That's why he's wanted and is now an adventurer. And the last thing you can fill out if you want are the combat skills. That's Cellubite, the city rat. And if you stuck around this long and you want a little extra juice in your juice cup, his original name was Chunk because the movie Goonies is awesome. But I changed it to Cellulite because it's a play on the word cellulite. And in the background, he's a little husky. Basically, he's fat and into the digital life. And if you're wondering why the attributes and skills are already so high, it's because the character sheet is actually already filled out. I fill them out in Google Sheets. I am aware of the Palladium character creator, and I think I'm going to try to use that in the next video. But if you want to check out my Google Sheets, I'll show you some B-roll footage here at the end of the video. This is how I make characters in Rifts, and I got a couple down here that I'm making right now. So this is how I like to make characters, and you can see I've already made a couple. You can see Big Mac. I've got a video on him already. And Google Sheets is free, so I recommend this to pretty much everybody. You can keep track of everything that you need right here on this sheet. Here's Cellulite with some notes, rounding out the character, and then you can see all the things that I rolled for him. And here's a funny little note that I didn't put in the video is his best friend is a slurp. I don't know how to say the word, but I'll put a picture up on screen so you can see. And as you can see, there's these little notes on here. See, I'll have 47 SDC. You can actually go over here, click on SDC, drag this out, and you can see where I get this. This is so I get 2d6 from character creation, 2d4 from my OCC, 1d6 from running, 2d4 from aerobic athletics, and 10 from bodybuilding. But, you know, SDC, HP, that doesn't really matter. You get hit by a laser gun, you're pretty much done. And you can pretty much click on any of these skills, and it'll tell you exactly where it's getting those bonuses from. Like his first one, native language. You know, you start at 40% from the base skill, then you get plus 15% from the OCC skills, and then I got a plus 9 from the IQ attribute bonus. And I actually have the OCC skills right here. This is what he starts with. And it says right here, plus 15%. There you go. And that's pretty much it. And the way I recommend doing these sheets is to fill out the base character and then duplicate that and then make your characters with that. Like you can go to the city rat and you can see everything's pretty much plugged in. This is all his starting stuff. Everything else I just have to add. What you can see is boom, done. I'll go back and forth so you can see. The city rat. Now you got Cellulite, the city rat. Regular city rat. Fully fleshed out city rat. That's pretty much how I go about doing it. All right, so that's the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more Rifts content, and I'll see you next time.